Hello, welcome to my channel. Hope you are ready, because we are diving into an exciting time of the Word. God bless you.
Listen, yesterday we talked about something, you remember, who we are, where we've come from, who is a Christian. We talked about that. All right? We are truly the seed of Abraham and heirs according to the promise. Truly the seed of Abraham and heirs according to the promise. This is a reality. This is a reality. We are sent to be a blessing to the world. Look at Jesus. Copy Jesus. Copy Jesus. What was Jesus like? Was this Jesus ever disadvantaged? What was he like? He said, as my Father had sent me, even so send I you. To do what? To change the world. Bless the world. Lift others. What would Jesus do if he had $300 out of 1,000? He received 1,000 and all the others had to go and he was left with 300. What would he do? Would he say, look what I got? Can you imagine? Would he talk like that? What was his attitude? What was his thinking like? He thought differently because of his lineage. He thought differently. A little guy had something. He had money. His father gave him some money. And so he went to school. While he was at school, a friend of his was broke. Actually, not his friend. He was just some other little guy that had no money and was hungry and crying. So this little boy came to him and said, why are you crying? Two little guys. Why are you crying? He said, he's hungry. Then he said, he just brought out all his money inside there and said, take, use it to buy something. And that one said, oh no, that's just, he said, no, my father will give me another one. Just as simple as, he said, my father will give me another one. He didn't even ask him what his father thought. And gave it to him. He gave it to him. He said, take it. My father will give me another one. There's a mentality with which you're brought up. Is either for the broke life or for the successful and prosperous life. It's the same thing in the spirit. Same thing in the spirit. Same thing in the spirit. You know, those guys who talk about militant Christianity, very militant. They're forever fighting to get something. Going through school, it was fasting and prayer. They fasted and prayed and cast out devils to be able to get through school. It was war to get a job. To keep the job was war. In the spirit, they were fighting all the time. To get married, war in the spirit. To sustain the marriage, war in the spirit. To have children, war in the spirit. Very militant life. They are suffering. Something is wrong with them. Something is wrong. The Bible says, those who have come into his rest have ceased from their struggles. They've ceased from their struggles. They have come to understand the scriptures. When it says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, the rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places, it's not talking about engaging them in a warfare. That is not spiritual warfare. There's a big difference between the two. This wrestling he talks about is not the warfare. In Ephesians chapter 6, it talks about this wrestling. In 2 Corinthians, it talks about a warfare. They're not the same. In this wrestling, he deals with swaying others. Those spirits of darkness try to sway us. In wrestling, it's not the same thing as a warfare. He is alluding to those sporting activities. If you read Paul's writings, you find there's a lot of references to sporting activities. So it's talking about this kind of wrestling, or it's talking about a race, you know. It deals with these things that happen in the arenas. And they try to sway the other one, throw him off balance, get him out of the mark. These are the things that demons try to do. Get us out of the way. That's what they try to do. With deception. Follow what it says in the scriptures. Okay. It's very simple.